Hello and welcome to week 13, piece 25 of the Wall of Stitches crochet along. And this week we're starting with the Aruga stitch. So this is a really lovely textured piece that's very regular and it's made using post stitches. It's very simple to do, but really effective for the texture. So for this piece, you're going to be starting with a foundation chain of 67. So to start the Aruga stitch, we're going to be making a double crochet. Now I like my turning chain to count as my first stitch. So I'm just going to mark that first chain from my hook, because that will be the first stitch of the row. And now I'm going to make a double crochet in the fourth chain from my hook. And then make a double crochet in every chain across. So row 1 of the Aruga stitch is just a double crochet in every chain across. Store a whole small yarn. So this is a really nice simple stitch, but it's got a really lovely texture to it. And that texture is created using front and back post stitches. Which means that this is a double-sided stitch, and you can choose which side you use. Okay, so double crochet in that last chain. And now I'm going to turn. Chain 1, and row 2, we make a single crochet in the first stitch. And mark that with a stitch marker. Okay, so in the next stitch, we're going to make a front post single crochet. So round the double crochet post in the row below, yarn over, pull up the loop a little bit so it's the same height as a single crochet you made to start with, and pull through both loops. Now the next stitch is a back post single crochet. So round the post of the double crochet in the row below. Ooh, I did yarn over. No, it's a single crochet stitch. Right, so yarn needs to be underneath your hook, and this is the part that always gets me. Pull up the loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. It always takes me a minute to remember how to do back post stitches. So next stitch, front post single crochet. Next stitch, back post single crochet. And you continue that all the way across, alternating between front post and back post stitches. And just continue that all the way across the row until you get to your last stitch. And just make sure you pull up your loops a little bit, just so we get the height that we need. Otherwise everything's going to be a little bit hunched over and screwed up. You don't pull up that loop. And then when you get to the final stitch of the row, we'll stitch marker out, you'll make a single crochet. So our post rows, you will start and end your row with a single crochet. So you get that lovely texture on both sides. Okay, so row 3, turn, chain 1, and make a double crochet turning chain in the first stitch. Just mark that with a stitch marker. Grab some more yarn. And then row 3 is a row of double crochet. So you're just going to make a double crochet in every stitch across. So in between every post row stitches, you're going to have a plain row of double crochet. So you'll always make your post stitches around the post of the double crochet in the row below. Final stitch of the row, double crochet, and then turn. Okay, so row 4 is another post stitch row. So we turn, chain 1, make a single crochet in the first stitch. Now we want our post stitches to be the opposite of what we did in row 2. So we started row 2 with a front post. So in row 4, we start with a back post. Again, pull up your loop a little bit so we've got the same height as the single crochet we just finished. And then our next stitch will be a front post. And then we make a back post single crochet. So same as row 2, you alternate between back post and front post stitches. And if I just show you this, so these stitches will sit in between the front post 2 rows below. So everything's staggered. And we just continue that across the row. So this is a really highly textured stitch, but really nice and easy to make. It's just key to make sure that you're pulling up the loops of your post stitches, both the front and back post ones, so that you get the height you need. Otherwise, everything's going to kind of scrunch up. And it's not going to look quite as neat. If you don't, oops. Go. And then last stitch of the row is just a plain single crochet in the first stitch, in the last stitch.
Yep.
So row 5, we're going to turn, chain 1, and make a double crochet turning chain in the first stitch. And row 5 is just a row of double crochet again, before we can do another row of post stitches. So it's double crochet in every stitch across. Okay, so once we finish row 5, that's the end of the repeats for the stitch. So to complete your Aruga piece, you're going to be repeating rows 2 to 5 until you have 9 rows in total. Once you finish row 9, you can cut off and weave in your ends, and then it's time to add your border. So for the border, you're going to be making a single crochet in each stitch across the top and bottom to give you a stitch count of 65 on each edge. And down the sides, you're going to be making 1 stitch into the side of every single crochet row and 2 single crochet into the sides of every double crochet row. And that will give you a count of 14 single crochet down each side. Then, of course, you add the extra stitch in each corner for the turn, and that'll be round 1 of your border. And you can go ahead and add round 2 and 3 after that as well. So the Aruga is the first piece of your next strip, so there's nothing to join for now. And then for the next piece of this week, we'll be making the simple daisy stitch. So I shall see you in the next video for that piece.